Well, tonight it's Sherlock Holmes Faces Death, and I must say I enjoy this film so much. I'm sure that many of you must agree with me that the Sherlock Holmes films with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce have a certain something, and it's not just in the teaming of two fabulous character players playing their roles, although they play them so beautifully that I think we even forgive for the fact that the Dr. Watson of the films is really not quite like the Dr. Watson of Arthur Conan Doyle's stories. However, getting down to the films themselves, Sherlock Holmes Faces Death is, of course, one of the earlier Universal productions. And as you see these Sherlock Holmes films from time to time, you might care to note that some of the same sets are used over and over again to represent different places. Now, there's one set used in this film tonight that I know you'll enjoy seeing on the screen because it's straight out of the film Dracula, the original Dracula, with Bela Lugosi. The film, it's absolutely amazing, really, as directed by Roy William Neill, how beautifully put together they are, considering they were probably shot in a matter of a few days. But you see, Universal had the right equipment to have a film set in an eerie place. And indeed, Sherlock Holmes says at the beginning, at one point, houses like people have a definite personality, and this place is positively ghoulish. I rather like that line in the film tonight. And there's some very good lines. The whole atmosphere is very good, and I know you'll like the links with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's original story, The Musgrave Ritual. But no more about that. The people in the cast are exceptional. Now, in the part of Sally Musgrave, we have Hilary Brooke. Now, for those of you who love these films, I know you're going to enjoy the fact that Hilary Brooke plays Sally Musgrave, because in the 9th film, made at Universal, she plays the vamp in A Woman in Green, and she's really quite nasty to Sherlock Holmes in that one. Now, I want everybody in Adelaide to be a fan of this lovely lady, because she represents motherhood to me on the screen. And there she is, Mary Gordon in the role of Mrs. Hudson. Not that she ever has much to do, but what she does to perfection. So there she is, Mary Gordon, who plays Mrs. Hudson. Also in the cast of this one, a marvellous elderly gentleman, Halliwell Hobbs. Now, Halliwell Hobbs is superb. He plays the butler, Alf Brunton, as if he were born to do so. So there he is, Halliwell Hobbs. Other members of the cast include Milburn Stone, a very youthful Milburn Stone, whose greatest fame probably was years later when he played for so many years in Gunsmoke with James Arness. The other man there, of course, is Dennis Hoey, who plays Inspector Lestrade. You know, it's fun sometimes to spot people in movies who are of no account whatsoever when the movie was made and later moved on to great and marvellous things. Look very closely in the opening few minutes of Sherlock Holmes Faces Death. It begins superbly, and you will see an actor who did have greater prominence, but not at Universal. He had it at MGM. Look for him. I'm sure you'd like to spot him for yourself. I hope you enjoy Sherlock Holmes Faces Death.